I'm Niall McCrae, and here we are in the Town Square Social Club in Bexhill-on-Sea, where we're going to be having a talk tonight from Louise Creffield, who is the infamous organiser of the huge London rallies, which she did at great risk to herself, and has been heavily penalised by the regime. What I might call the corrupt judiciary. So she's come tonight to tell us about her trials and tribulations, and I'm going to talk about the Great Reset. Where do we go from here, and purposes of the New World Order. And this is something which has been in train for many, many years. It didn't start in the last 2 years. So in 2010, the Rockefeller Foundation issued a document called Lockstep, which was showing how the globalist project would need to be advanced in stages. So you have a step forward, then consolidate. Then when people aren't looking, you have another step forward. And one of the things they use is distractions. And arguably the Ukraine conflict at the moment is a big distraction. Look what's going on, for those of us who are alert, and we look at what's the legal changes that are being considered, things like the Human Rights Act being changed, shifting from individual rights to sort of the common good. And the common good is obviously an arbitrary, subjective thing, and it's not going to be me and you that are deciding what the common good is. We've also got the online safety bill, which is basically censorship, so the banning of any inconvenient truths. Then you've got the police and crime bill, which is going to make it very difficult to have any protests, because basically you just need 1 or 2 people to make a complaint and you can be arrested. So it's not just about being moved on, you could actually be arrested just for being at a protest. And then another scheme that the UK has signed up to is a global digital passport. And that will have all your records, education records, police records, anything that you, everything relating to your ordinary lives will be on that digital system. That's the way things are going. So we need to be very alert. But people have accepted all these things. They've accepted restrictions to hospital and to general practices. They've accepted that they can't get their normal healthcare provision. They've accepted that they won't be able to visit their own relatives. And this from a government that's now offering £350 a week for people to house a Ukrainian refugee. So for nearly 2 years, to some extent, you weren't allowed to see your own relative if they were in a care home, for example. And now you're being paid to take in a refugee from Ukraine. So the question is, how much have people woken up? That is the big question, and that's the purpose of the event tonight. It's probably going to be preaching to the already converted, but I'm hoping that there will be some good debate at the end. And I think there's, as we all know, there are people with varying levels of belief or mistrust in the government, varying levels of people who believe in what may be cast as conspiracy theories. But I think that clearly a lot of people have woken up, and that's why the government has struggled to get people out on the streets about Ukraine. People no longer trust the government in the way that they did before. So we have had a lot of difficulty in arranging this event tonight. Merely a speaking event has been, all kinds of efforts have gone in by the authorities to stop tonight from happening. And we've only just booked this hall yesterday, so we're very pleased, very grateful to the Town Square social club. But this is not what should happen in a civic democracy. In a civic democracy, you should be able to have speaking events on whatever controversy is around. We're talking about a topic of massive importance to ordinary people. Where do we go from here? Well, we're having our talk tonight, and what I'd encourage people to do is, in their own areas where they live, because we'll have people coming from outside of the county of Sussex tonight, I'm sure some people travel far, is to set up these local groups like we've done, and make sure that people are talking, make sure that people are able to discuss and debate the matters that are really important to them, and not accept the censorial suppression by the government, police and other authorities. Thank you.